Hi friends, coming to you on this awesome Friday afternoon. I believe it's April 17th, 2020. I'm coming to you from one of my spots, our little stream here. Just thought it would be nice so I can hear a little bit of the water with maybe less of the traffic today. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, had some thoughts on my mind. I thought I'd like to share them today. So many things going on, right? They're just so cool with all these transitions that are happening, and it's people might have different perspective of how this looks, but I think it's really cool to see how it's bringing up so much for everybody, because that's how, for me, that's what I've noticed. That's how we shift things, how we change, and how we heal things is as it comes up for us. And so it's one of the things I wanted to talk about today is there is a lot of different beliefs about what's happening in our world right now, and what the behind story may or may not be, and how to the level it's affecting people, and then some people are more concerned with the virus itself. Some people are more concerned with the control that's happening because of the virus, and it just goes on and on. And the one thing that I felt that was really important, which I wanted to address, is that I know that regardless of what your beliefs are, that this can really stir the pot. That these things coming up and different pieces or posts or thoughts that people are sharing can really trigger stuff in us, which again, I see it as a very positive thing, because when we don't know what's there, we kind of come from a place that is maybe not for even our own highest good. Is because we're just coming from maybe what we learned and haven't questioned where it came from, or what we're sharing. And so when stuff gets triggered, if we are up for it, we can look at it and see where it comes from, and see why are we so upset about it, or why are we feeling whatever thoughts or feelings we're having about it. Is it really ours? Do we want to continue with those thoughts? And more importantly, if we can really start to use this time to learn a new way of communicating with each other, that we can hear stuff that we don't agree with and yet not hurt the other person, or be saying hurtful things, or mean things, or just judgmental things, and instead just maybe share our point of view. I really think discussion is great, because sometimes we don't understand where the people are coming from, or why they share what they share, and we assume we know because of where our background is and what we were taught, and then we start to feel outraged because maybe of what they share, and start to assume and judge them for what they share, when maybe you have no idea why they're sharing what they're sharing, and what they've learned, or what their experiences have been. And so instead, if we really are interested or want to know, then we can start a dialogue. We can ask them and see if it's something that they want to share. Like, where did you come? Why did you come to this conclusion? Or why are you sharing this? And what does this mean to you? And instead of being harsh with each other or judging each other, we can just try to be in the moment and be comfortable enough, or see those triggers. If it hits us and we feel like the ego or the emotion come up, maybe it's because we're not feeling secure enough in ourselves, and use that as an opportunity to show us what we maybe want to work on, or can heal inside of ourselves, so that we can listen and hear what someone's saying. And even if we still disagree, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that we're wrong or they're wrong. It just means that that's what they believe, this is what we believe, and we can go to a new place with it today in our world. Again, we're creating new foundations here. We are creating a new way of being in the world. When we get off of lockdown, things aren't going to be the same that they were, and it's amazing. We have this incredible opportunity to create a way of life that is a win-win for everybody. That we can actually have the freedom to be who we are, feel safe, free from judgment, and yet have these deeper relationships with each other, because we can communicate. We actually can talk to each other and listen and hear what the other person is sharing, even if we don't agree, but we might have a deeper understanding about that person, or where they're coming from, or why they are saying what they're saying. And who knows, maybe we learn something new. Maybe it starts to make us rethink why we think what we think and where it comes from, because whether, my belief in what I have seen is we came from a way of life in our past society and upbringing of there was an in-the-box training. Like, we were taught to be a certain way and to fit in, and to be successful, that you needed to fit into this box, or you had to agree or be a specific way. And a lot of it was just fear-based thinking. And I'm not judging it in any way. I'm just saying that's just what it is. It was about control and fear. And we were taught that from the first breath as we come into this world, for the most part. And our parents taught that because that's what they were taught, and that's what was going on. We weren't ready to take on our power, and we didn't believe anybody else was either, and even, as our children and everything, the education system, all of it. And so if we understand that, and that's just the way it was, and again, we don't have to judge it, we learned from that. That helped to empower us. That helped to move us to these days. Now we can come to a place where we start to say, wow, let me look at that. Do I still really believe that? Do I need to have that fear? Or do I instead, again, here comes all the affirmations, do I trust the process of life? And do I know that I'm safe? Do I know that the universe has my back, that I'm supported by the universe in all ways, always? Oh, I am. So then really those thoughts aren't necessarily true. Or maybe then it's okay to hear this new information that might go against what I was taught before. Or maybe it's hard to believe that these things are happening or not happening. But if all these people are saying it, maybe it's something that might be a good time to look at and listen to. Anyway, it's a really good opportunity either way to start just kind of rethinking and seeing being conscious of where our information's coming from, where our beliefs are coming from, where our patterns are coming from. And it's the incredible time to change all of that if you don't like it, if you are ready for something new, if your life is not going the way that you really want it to. Here's an opportunity to look at that and learn and be something different. Because to create something new, we have to do it based on new thoughts and new actions, because we can't create something new if we're going based on the same thoughts and actions that we did from the past. It'll just create what we had. And right now, the energies again on this planet have shifted so drastically that a lot of it doesn't sustain itself any longer. It just doesn't. No judgment in that at all. It's just new days. And so it's a really great opportunity and time to be kind to each other, to use this opportunity to practice communication. Compassion is a huge one, to just hold space for each other and even help people to be able to share and express, and maybe through them having the opportunity to share their point of view, they might realize something new in themselves, and then have patience with each other because it is a lot. Nobody knows what the other person's going through. There's so many aspects in each of our lives and so many dynamics that are happening that we might not know about. And sometimes that itself can just be very wearing, whether it's, family, money, separations, job changes. It goes on and on and on. Maybe a sick family relative. There's just so many things and so many uncertainties. And just that alone too, being, learning how to live and be in uncertainty is a whole new world for most of us. So even though it's a great place to be, I love it. I know that this is something that I have been training for a very long time, and the more I'm able to surrender and be in the moment and be in the flow, like the stream here, then things can happen in a brand new way and in a beautiful way. And I'm always in awe and amazed at how things fall into place when I surrender to that. And sometimes that means I have to face my shadows, and I'm a big one on believing that that's a great thing to do. It's that's what's helped me heal so much from my past and the things that I've been through in my life. And it's by facing them, not running from them, and facing what I feel and looking at it and kind of learning from it and then choosing something else. So anyway, I just wanted to bring these few thoughts to you today. And again, I just love you all so much, and I'm so excited for these times, knowing that we are creating just some awesome new things. And I'm really looking forward to just where it's going, and to the learning and growing that we're getting to do, and the new connections with people. And anyway, big hugs, lots of love, and we'll talk again soon.